Well, so as expected, Apple launched 3 new iPhones earlier on 12th September, the iPhone XS, XS Max and the XR. We already know that these phones are going to come by end of this month to the Indian market, but how much are they going to cost you and what features do they offer you this year? Here's everything you need to know about the new iPhone series. So with the iPhone XS and the XS Max, in terms of the design at least, there's very little that we need to talk about, and even Apple did the same. I mean, agar presentation dekhenge, they hardly talked about the design features because it's very much like what we saw with the 10 last year. The notch is still there, the screen to body ratio is very high, and then you've got a very small chin size as you can see with the device. So very little to talk about on that front. In terms of the hardware, you get A12 Bionic processor now. We still don't know how much RAM they have, as always Apple doesn't mention it, but the cameras are improved. And talking about the cameras, so we've talked about the processor capability and we've also shown in terms of the design there's very little to talk about. But the camera is a very important aspect here, and the dual rear cameras on both the XS and the XS Max are going to be much improved from what we've seen with the 10 last year. Dual rear cameras, 12 megapixel both, one is wide angle and the other one is telephoto. एक aperture f1.8 है, दूसरे का f aperture 2.4 है, and the wide angle basically means that you can click much wider pictures, add much more detail into your frame, and that's I think something that Apple has always vouched for. Apart from that, the portrait mode is also going to be a very big feature for Apple as always, but most importantly for me at least is the fact that the pixel size has reduced, which means that the clarity, the detailing of the images is going to be much better, probably as compared to what we've seen with the Google Pixel series last year. And now the most important part, the iPhone XS will cost you 99,900 for the base variant in India, and the iPhone XS Max is going to start from 1,09,900. These two phones will be available in 64GB, 256GB and 512GB variant, and availability starts from 28th September onwards this month. Well, that was iPhone XS and the XS Max, but Apple had another iPhone to show to us, and that was the iPhone XR. This so-called iPhone is not really affordable. At 76,900 for the base variant, this will be available from 26th October onwards. In terms of the features, you're looking at a 6.1-inch LCD screen with the same A12 processor as the XS and the XS Max. But a single rear camera unit is not really cool, Apple. And the fact that you're going to get it with IP67 protection, not 6.8 like its expensive cousins, there's a lot that is riding on this phone without not so much of a price cut here. It's almost equivalent to what you're going to pay for a Galaxy Note 9 in the Indian market. So where is the affordability? I'm really questioning that right now. So that's the summary of all the iPhones that were launched by Apple on 12th September. These are going to be expensive, and they are going to be available wide across different markets. But is it something that you should be buying? Stay tuned for our first impressions on the Quint.